here he is, the #1 lightweight contender, and man, if that's not saying something, right? Got through the gauntlet at 155 pounds, made himself undeniable, and now tonight, DC, we find out what he has for the champion.
It long has been considered the deepest weight class in the UFC. So you know to get here is very tough. You have navigated the water. You have done everything right. When it was time to press square, you press square. When it was time to press X, you press X. You better do it again tonight if you want to become the champion. There is no room for error as you try to win a UFC championship.
And no room for a 1-pound allowance. He was right on the number, 155 pounds, championship weight. Confidence is high that he will wrest the title away here tonight. So here's the undisputed UFC lightweight champion and one of the very best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Islam Makhachev. You trained alongside this man for years. He has every skill in the book, and the X factor tonight is that has one of his.
Yeah, that's one of his brothers, is what they call him. Islam Makhachev, though, is the guy that really does strike fear in so many lightweights' minds. He's a guy that possesses wrestling ability. He's a guy that possesses striking ability. The grappling is second to none. And just his size and physicality is so difficult to deal with. He is a tremendous fighter, and he will be pushed even more forward with the presence of his good friend, Hasbulla.
You do wonder, though, if the opposing corner is a little bit intimidated given Hasbulla's presence in the Makhachev front. Islam Makhachev, ready to engage yet again here tonight. Tail of the tape now for this lightweight championship fight. Now for the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC lightweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Renato, Moicano. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, round getting underway, and we take a look at the Combat Sambo world champion and UFC lightweight contender, Islam Makhachev. What will he do in this fight? Well, oftentimes he does whatever he wants to do. Certainly he can impose his will on the ground, where his game is just so nuanced when it comes to the throws and the trips and the manipulation of joints and everything else. But on the feet, in a kickboxing setting, this man has proven elite as well. A true 5-tool player who many believe by year's end could just be the king of the lightweight division. He engages in the single collar tie. Tags him with the straight hand there. Nice job by Islam Makhachev. Now the uppercuts are coming.
He better start moving. He cannot stand here and eat these uppercuts. He passes the half.
Makhachev's looking to pass out of the half guard and attain side control here, but unable to do so.
He's got to be careful here.
2 minutes have expired off the first round clock.
Great job landing from the top position.
All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back. Moicano's in half guard.
Now he's going full mount.
Close guard. Moicano's back in half guard. He's very comfortable here. Landing strikes nicely here from top position. Oh, how about that? Strong reversal on the ground. Makhachev's looking to pass out of the half guard here and get that side control, but he is denied by the opposition. Making all these shots count. Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra hop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man, I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep.
All right, side control now. Makhachev's back in full mount. Oh, lands with the ground and pound strike.
Another. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position.
All right, respira, respira. Você tem que ir com calma, tá? You gotta slow it down. You gotta be calm, okay? You're being overly aggressive.
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Second round underway. Strong hook lands.
Nice.
All right, so we didn't see any takedown attempts from the BJJ player in round one, and as yet, he still hasn't attempted to take this fight to the ground.
Very surprising approach by this guy. He's so good on the ground. I would have expected him to try to get it to the ground earlier in the fight. But as we go on, it's starting to become very clear that that is not the game plan tonight.
Hard shots landing on both sides here.
He does a phenomenal job of actually attacking the takedowns off of his punches. In the half guard.
Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Moicano. Lands the grounded pound strike here. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. All right, dominant position for him here. Full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
All right, he's in a half guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half guard. You sit back on that leg, you press.
Makhachev's trying to lock up on a submission now. Oh, good technique there. He's got the triangle choke locked in. Well, he's on his back, but he's moving his back. Postures up now and lands a vicious head strike. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas.
Yep, got to be very careful there.
Under a minute to go in round two.
Good transition. Come on, create that space. You gotta get out of there.
Good work from the top here by Islam Makhachev. Another ground and pound strike gets home. Oh, submission attempts in bunches tonight.
Arms in deep. Great submission defense. He was able to take his arm out and stay safe.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Moicano. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground. Round 3 next.
Stop.
All right, buddy. Take a seat. Deep breath. You listen to me. All right. You did awesome that round. You're real close to getting those submissions. I want you to stay a little bit tighter.
Well, a lot of highlights from which to choose over those previous 5 minutes, DC. A lot of good work on the ground.
You knew, John, going into the fight, that if he was able to get this fight to the floor, he would have the most success, and you saw it in that exchange. He was able to get posture, land some really good ground and pound as the round came to an end.
You ready to fight? Ready. Do it.
Round 3 of a possible 5.
Nice block.
Ooh, looking to go to the leg kick here, just out of range. Swing and a miss with that straight left hand. Pretty good entry, and he gets the takedown. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Right now, a little separation between the two fighters. Checks the leg kick.
That was nice strike. He's going guillotine.
Oh, gotta protect your neck. Guillotine choke is locked in. Oh, what a beautiful, seamless transition to side mount as he counters the guillotine. Might be able to sink in a Von Flue choke here.
Let's work on standing this up. We need to work.
Now he's looking arm triangle on the opposite side. When he goes to finish, look, he's got it locked. When he goes to finish, he has to pass his body all the way to the opposite side.
Working out Ezekiel choke, and he somehow gets out.
He just had to stay patient. It's so unfamiliar. If you panic, you're going to get submitted. He didn't panic.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Makhachev. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there.
Nice transition.
Continuing to work out of the half guard. Makhachev's right back to the full mount.
Nice defense.
Less than 2 minutes now to go.
You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just got to move.
All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say? Oh, he locks up the triangle now, DC. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
Oh, it looks like the end of the fight. It looks like this one is about done. This guy is a triangle expert. He got it set up. Oh, no, it's possible. Taker has arrived in the UFC. Oh, my goodness, a powerbomb.
So just when it looked like he might get submitted, he slams his opponent down with authority as the tide turns here. Well, very efficient and effective with the ground and pound strikes here. High-level work by Moicano. 20 seconds left.
Oh, right in the mount. Beautiful ground strike landed.
All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds.
Let's go. Focus, okay? Focus on slowing that heart rate down. I know you're not tired. I know you have more in that gas tank.
All right, let's look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about just the efficiency when it comes to the ground and pound game?
He was able to throw at the right time, secure at the right time. He wasted no action. For me, this is the most exciting type of fight. A guy that is just dominating his opponent, really, truly putting the grind on his opponent from the top position.
Ready to fight? Ready.
4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, 4th round is now underway as we get to the championship rounds. What is a fighter's mindset when you get to this 16th minute of a fight? A huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
lands another strike to the body here, really starting to connect on a lot of strikes to the midsection here in the latter stages of this fight. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. I mean, technically, this would be a flying triangle if he could finish him. You gotta be kidding me. How did he get out?
He just stayed calm, was able to withstand the fire, and now he finds himself out and safe.
Well, sometimes our stat guys are stingy with these submission attempt numbers. There have been a lot of them here. Submission defense has held up every step of the way.
Yeah, he's a great grappler, and he's really, really good defensively because he is so aware of all situations when he's on the ground. He does an amazing job staying out of those submissions.
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side underhook. This is a great position for a top fighter.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Just gotta be careful here.
All right, good movement by him here on the ground. He really is a master of these transitions.
He is a master of movement on the ground. You never know where he's gonna be.
Makhachev's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is, starting to bleed a little bit now. Ground and pound, the hammer Mark Coleman would be proud. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the
This
feet.
is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling. That's exactly what they got in that exchange.
Just out of range with that right hand. As he presses, big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he looks to try to chase down that finish. Beautiful. In a very close round, a takedown like that might be the difference.
All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So potentially a big factor here, ladies and gentlemen. The cut on the cheek sustained in that round. Certainly better to be below than above the eye, but the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. All right, well, 1 minute of end swell can only do so much. Let us look back at some of the damaging strikes in that previous round.
It doesn't seem like it's going to do much. And if it does, he can't take any more of these shots. He was too stationary. He took everything square on the target. He's got to move his head, and he's got to be proactive instead of reactive in terms of his defense.
Nice jab. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Straight to the body there by Moicano. Oh, there's a takedown attempt. Oh, straight punch. Oh, takedown there by Islam Makhachev. Might be a submission attempt here,
I
champ.
mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
Makhachev's eye is starting to swell shut. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Moicano's back in full guard now.
He passes to half guard.
Makhachev's going for a choke. Oh, I'm no expert, but that Von Flue choke looks locked in. Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound?
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter. He's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud. Lands with the ground and pound. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Is he, as he looks to improve position here. Side control now. 90 seconds to go in the fight.
Now into his mount. Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way down to his opponent's neck to try to choke him out and finish his fight.
Working out of the half guard here. Makhachev's back in full mount. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Islam Makhachev.
And another one. Another strike from the top lands for him.
Hey, stop.
Well, what a title fight it was. What a showcase it was for this division. But at the end of the day, the champion just did a little bit more, and you got to think he gets the nod, right?
I believe it was the championship experience that allowed him to push through in those spots that he needed to in order to keep his championship. I agree with you, J.A. I think he keeps his belt.
We'll see how the judges saw it. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 48-47. For the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
All right, so he defends the UFC lightweight title tonight, and I think in so doing starts to close the gap on the pantheon of lightweight greats. A hugely successful defense tonight.
Big moment for this man. Every time he goes into the octagon, the target is on his back. Every challenger is the very best in the world. He turns them back at every step. He remains the UFC champion.